No. Welcome back to Pisces TV with Montana B. This is your daily vibe, Pisces, for the collective Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising, wherever Pisces may fall in your chart or in your environment. Keep in mind, tarot is entertainment, so if it does not resonate with you, check other aspects of your chart or some of my other videos. As we get started with your reading, I welcome you to check the description box. Here on YouTube, we have the community board, merchandise, and member section. So a lot of stuff there, right? I always say that. And if you're new to the channel, after the video, go to the community board and see why. In the description box, there are a lot of links. You could go to my online store to view products and services, for booking information, my contact information, web address, as well as the link to Patreon if you're interested in joining us on the other side. Without further ado, we will get started and thank all of you for viewing this video today whenever it hits. My readings are timeless. I always set the intention on the immediate future. So whenever it comes across your timeline, I have watched videos from a year ago that totally resonated with the day that I was having. So just be mindful of that. I get alerts, right, about the different moon cycles, and I know we have a new moon coming up toward the 11th and 12th, more like the 12th, 11th, one of them, of February, moon in Pisces. So it's like, ooh, and it's a new moon. This moon is going to be bringing up some things that you may have been carrying, okay, some things that you've been dealing with relationship-wise, and probably with a man or dominant sex. So for some of you guys, if it were traits, experiences, conversations, situations with a father, baby's father, honey, or just a man. Sometimes we think about dominant energy as in the male and female aspects of yourself, right? The X and the Y chromosomes and stuff like that. So could be some of that. But for the most part, for Pisces, with the new moon energy, you're going to be kind of nostalgic and kind of dwelling and coming out of dwelling. Maybe some past memories, but these memories or wounds are being revisited for healing, okay? Ooh, the fox. It says shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. So those of you that have been dealing with Emperor, and look, we got April. Isn't April Aries? And we got Emperor energy. So for some of you that may have been dealing with, something that could have come up in one of the teacup readings, guys. Some of you that are dealing with Aries, where Aries following your chart. Chiron is in Aries and is giving gifts to Pisces. Okay, so just be mindful of that. I want to stick to one thing though, right? So your emotions is on one side of the spectrum. Your finances, Pisces, are on a whole another side. But this was just more about things that I felt would be more challenging for you. And it could be those realizations as well as the dominant side. Now, because the moon and feelings and emotions and the subconscious could represent the feminine side, your masculine side may benefit you some to draw healthy boundaries, and something about like this mind over heart kind of energy, where we had a reading about that duality, and we had the Queen of Cups here with this whole true love and, illusion thing going on. And then we have the Emperor over here with the Strength card and the Eight of Wands. So taking action, receiving guidance, receiving messages, and maybe even focusing on your purpose or your path with the Hermit here. Now, I'll check, and you can check to see where Virgo is right now. But the current energy, we have the Hermit. And so I'm an intuitive reader. I go all deep and curious, inquisitive about our readings, as some of them are kind of cosmic. I also saw this as UV rays, sun rays, solar power. The Hermit is like indoors or inside, where it talks about quarantine or something like that. The challenging aspect of why, there's a need to go within. For some of us, it's an energy of like global warming. And that's crazy. Like when they came up, I was like, these people ain't gonna want to listen to me talking about no stuff like that. But there was an energy of like a little thing being blown out of proportion. I don't care if that's a relationship situation, a conversation, or kind of like, you know, we go through the heat waves, even though it's cold in most places. If it's dry, you know, and the sun is beaming, that could cause an issue because the sun does talk about, you know, sunblocks or something like that. Crazy enough, the Emperor is here, and notice that the sun is here, but the moon, but the moon is, you know, in the way, right? You see how it's like the sun rays, but it has that moon energy. So again, when I talk about sunblock, you know what I'm saying? It could be figuratively or literally when it comes to tarot. And I won't limit our conversations like that. So just know that I know a lot of black people don't feel like we should wear sunblock, but you should, okay? Especially dealing with eczema and all kind of skin cancers, the 5G, this raised technology, all these meta-humans being born, crazy stuff going on. Now, what I like about these cards, and we're going to pull some clarifiers, is that the sun is exalted in Aries and the Emperor is exalted in the sun. So I thought that was kind of cool because I am not, you know, never proclaimed to be some guru child. I Googled what exalted was, and it's like in the happiest state. So, or something like that. So I was like, well, damn, these cards kind of complement each other, but this card probably not so complimentary. We have Mercury here. We have Virgo here. We have separation. We have isolation and solitude. We have something written, okay? And then, like I said, it's just a different kind of energy, maybe where Virgo falls in your chart. And for me, like, my dad was a Virgo. So I would look at something like that, especially when dealing with the sun energy. For some of you, it could, that's what I'm saying, it's so general. When dealing with nostalgia, memories, these could be your memories from past life. Memories or messages that help you along your path. Some sort of awareness, energetic shifts. And then, like I said, again, there's this thing with solar power or something like that. And hey, the market has been changing with the whole Bitcoin and Tesla and all of these inventions that I've just been getting on my timeline about, like people making little gadgets that kind of help with the earth. And I'm in California. It's not far-fetched, and I was in Colorado for a while. It's not far-fetched that weird things happen. Something ignites and kind of takes off, right? Now, because this original reading was about like the new moon, and this moon is totally shaded around the solar energy, that would be a new moon. That's not a full moon. So it does talk about the new moon, and what it looks like is kind of like blocking the sun. So when I think about the moon and the sun, sometimes I think about the Chariot card, and then sometimes I think about the Seven of Wands, and both of those are sevens, okay? When I think about 2 sevens coming up in conversation in a love reading, it would talk about the one. So some of you guys may currently be in separation, and it could be the divine masculine an issue, okay? Because we have Saturn in Aquarius, we have the sun in Aquarius, and that's doing some things to our more dominant energies where, you know, issues with authority, you know, quarrels, family matters, disobedience, okay? And all kind of stuff, stubbornness, because the Emperor is kind of stubborn. I'm not changing my mind. So it's kind of like some of you guys may be going through that because of, I'm not changing my mind. This is what it is. This is how it's going to be done. And that may not work for everybody. You don't always have to end up with a divine masculine or a soulmate or a twin flame. If you see Hancock, they did separate, okay? Because it was like, first of all, you took too long. And then now that you're here, I don't even feel good around your ass. So thank you for the attempt, you know, but go back to where you came from. And look, the sisters came out. So, hey, that is what we got there. I also see that some temptation may tempt you. And look, these are some of the cards that came up before. And I've been shuffling these cards for days, where it talks about romance, celebration, and partying with a fan. And then we have strong emotions, passionate, love or hate. So that's that twin flame, or that's that duality there, where when I said one little bitty thing comes a big, huge thing, but the moon kind of gets in the way. There could be some strong, passionate energies kind of like taking off. You could be connecting with someone, and then that damn moon and, your, shit resurfacing that you need to heal and deal with kind of comes out. It could alter the situation, but guess what? There is something to come of it. Bettering your health, inner peace, and also, possibly the loss of that friendship or whatever. But it wasn't meant to be permanent. I don't think that during a Mercury retrograde, in the middle of Saturn returning in Aquarius and the sun in Aquarius and Uranus doing some Uranus stuff, and then Pluto doing some Pluto stuff, we have the Grand Trine coming up on the 28th. We have the snow moon, hunter's moon, whatever. I think it's the snow. It's so many different names. I know there's a snow moon coming up on the 27th. There's so much more going on. I doubt that this was like your big thing. I doubt that for lovers, that whatever it is that you're coming into or out of was like the keeper. I think it's more so like something that highlights a thing or two that needs to be dealt with. And a lot of others of you that have been growing, it could be a test or challenge of some sort, so that you can see how much you've grown, so that you can discover things about yourself. So don't beat yourself up if it's like, rah, rah, rah. So anyway, let's take, okay. We have adjustments being made. One card came out sideways. See, look at that. Where I talked about missed opportunities. And I have adjustments. I have justice. I have an apology. I have the 5 of Cups. We had some readings about those 3 cups. We had some people walking away from stuff. We had people realizing their potential and independence, and that is not your fault. And the center of that reading was also the Lovers. And since the Lover is like a dual energy, look at these 2 cats. I don't know who's the light and who's the dark. Maybe it's the feminine and the masculine, and there are adjustments being made. The 5 of Cups for me is the moon in Aquarius, which the new moon is sharing Aquarius and Pisces energy. So there could be an apology coming in for some of you from a Virgo or someone that you have been in separation with. That's kind of cool. Now we have the Empress. So this could be lovers if it's not a mother. Okay. But it also is a number 3. I definitely love that. That's crazy. Where it has like completion. Some of you guys, whatever you're lifting from the shadows of yourself, it may bring you in full alignment of like who, your higher self, your plan, your purpose. I love that. Where the Empress could be the feminine and the Emperor is the masculine. This could be within self, the enlightened one, which is you, Pisces, the Hangman, kind of like going, being at the center of something, because the Hangman energy, as I mentioned in our Occult Anatomy group, is kind of like going through, okay? But the World card is the center. So the Hangman, the number 12, goes through. And then the 21, the World card, is the center. So I definitely love that. I keep talking about the planet, and so she comes up. But I also talk about the Lovers, and it comes up. And then I have here the World card in my hand. So I definitely like that. I think this spark... Okay, look at this. Let me be nosy. I can see the Emperor coming back with these 8 wands, where it talks about action and movement, going the distance, messages being sent, the rays of the sun. Also, creative energies, sparks are flying. And for some of you, this could be passion. For others of you, this could be irritation. And others of you, it could be inspiration. Okay, because now we have 9 wands, which really talk about trigger. So it could be something said or something done that possibly triggers you to bring something to your awareness that moves you forward in your purpose and your path, like I said, which is super cool. And I like it. Okay. I want you guys to have more patience, because I do see 0 tolerance, non-tolerance coming up. And too much of that, your ass gonna be by yourself. I ain't gonna even lie to you. That's how that hit me. But because the Father of Swords is an energy of this being stubborn and magnified. And then the Ace of Cups does talk about the solitude. So in other words, somebody could have needed to be left alone. When I talk about nostalgia, this particular Ace of Cups with that Five of Cups that we already have, that's nostalgia. But do you see how the Five of Cups represent losses, missed opportunities, sadness, or just some heavy energy? And then that Ace of Cups come in, which is that Sixth Cup. And I do feel like it's looking at the bright side, which is a challenging aspect of that Five of Cups. And it's a challenging aspect, this bright side in the center. So it's like, well, what is the advice for Pisces? Well, my Emperor is letting that dominant energy, that mind over emotion energy, help you. Okay, that's what I got. All right. Now, if I take out a clarifier for the Emperor, but I think we got it, rebuilding after some sort of destruction. These cards have been coming up for you for some time, my dear, because you had the Two of Wands here, the Two of Wands there, the Empress here, the Emperor there, and it's like take another approach in this situation, seeing the world as your oyster in this situation, gaining more confidence in this situation, and then also finding the needle in a haystack in another situation. All of those energies and all of those twists and turns and guidance that you received kind of takes you through the maze. And I feel like following that guidance and following that light is going to get you out of a trap of some sort. So if you've been trapped in a certain cycle, I do feel that those karmic endings and those cycles that we've been hearing about, they're coming to an end, If you're anything like me, for the last year or 2 or 10, I don't know how long you've been watching tarot on YouTube. It ain't been that long for me. But it's just like, when does the motherfucker end? Somebody always talking about a cycle coming to an end. I can sincerely say, with the guidance, your awareness of it, taking messages from source, trusting your intuition, and following this course or this path, it does take you out of some shit. So it's not only the Wheel of Fortune that's like letting you loose, it's also your own behaviors, your own thoughts, your own energy, and then wrapping up this debt. You know, when these exes come back or these people come back, but they're just mirrors to situations or possibly your shadow side. Fixing that changes you, and then you move forward. The Ten of Pentacles. We talked about the Kabbalic tree of life today. We also talked about Pisces getting some money today. This is the Ten of Pentacles that represents the ideal partnership that could be coming up for you, Pisces. And tens do talk about endings with new beginnings and beginnings that never end. So it talks about infinite. Okay, infinite with the Ten of Pentacles. And then look, so this is definitely like health-wise and energetic-wise. Look how that sword has the energy of the chakras or this super consciousness. And then that super consciousness wraps around these 10 pentacles where you have this ability to manifest like never before. And then some of you, I feel like a committed love could be coming as well, which ain't bad. And it's like, look, and then I'm leaving. Here's the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords and the Sun are usually my clarifiers. So if this clarity coming in that you probably try to not see, or, you know, you were looking down so you didn't see it, or the moon got in the way of something, and I said it would be returning. I don't know what it is, but here's that sword. That could be the return. And I'm going to leave it at that. That's kind of cool. I don't know what it is, but that's what I got. I do hope that it helps, guys. Until next time, namaste.